Hey, what's up everybody? This is Richie here, and yes, I am recording a video using a facecam. That said, it's not actually a good facecam. In fact, it's the webcam on my computer, and it is disgusting. I think it's like 480p 4x5. But I do have some settings for it, so if you give me a second, I'll mess around with some things really quick. Nope. 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 No. No, oh, okay, I don't actually know how to fix this. Alright then, back to the good old default settings. There is something I can do. If I put my hand over here, then that glare stops. 1 second. And fixed. Don't ask me how I fixed that, it involves duct tape. But anyway, I'm doing a facecam video, and the reason for that is that I don't actually have time to do a regular video because, well, it's the first day of school. Now, I've gone an entire year without making a video. Honestly, I don't really know why I did that. I mean, reason number one is because I generally hide my face in front of a microphone. Reason number two is because I'm a little bit shy and insecure. And reason number three, probably the most important reason, is that I've never actually had a reason to do a facecam video. Now, school can be really, really intimidating and scary, and it's easy to figure out why. I'm planning on doing 3 sports this year, and these are my textbooks. Boom, 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 and boom. It's the first day of school, and I already have at least an hour of homework. It's scary. Really, really, really scary. And really, the best way to get this work done is before you even get home. You probably have some study halls, you probably have a long bus ride, and you're probably using those study halls and that bus ride to talk to your friends and play flash games. Then you're going home and playing video games for several hours, and at about 9, you're starting your homework. I'm not insulting you here, I'm insulting what I've done for the past, 4 years. So what I'm at least trying to do now is getting my homework done on the bus, in my study halls, and it's already worked pretty good. I have an extra after-school period because I stay after, and after staying after, I have sportsing, and I've managed to get almost all my homework done in advance, which I really like. Now, should I have had homework on the first day? No, you are bad teachers, but I got it done anyway. Once you get home, especially if you don't have a ton of homework or assignments, I would really, really recommend doing your homework before you start doing anything else. Says the person who's talking about this who still has homework that is not done in that bag back there. Do as I say, not as I do. And I know this seems a little bit stupid. You can have your own homework schedule. You can do whatever you want. The one thing I do not want you to do is do your homework on the bus or in the class before it's due, because that doesn't work out well. You start off, you can get all your homework done on the bus ride to school, then one day you miss a sheet, the next day you miss a few sheets, it keeps piling up and snowballing until, number 1, your face is hidden completely behind the mic, and number 2, you have bad grades. Act proactively instead of retroactively. Do your homework on time. Study. Make sure you know what's going on in advance for tests and quizzes and that you've studied for them and you're ready to go, because once you get behind, especially if you have the kind of workload I do, I don't know how it is in other states and stuff, but New York is just like, homework every night, 3 hours of homework. And if you fall behind, of course, if you're in a lower grade, which I think most of you are, this won't be as much of a problem for you, but it's a very, very good habit to get into, because if you come into high school your first year and you're not ready for any of this, your grade just not good. But hopefully many of you are far younger than me, and that means you have yet to feel the fun pain of extreme workloads and high school. So we're going to talk about things more relevant to your situation, which are just as depressing as large workloads and high school. Bullying! Now, let's face it, if you're in 3rd to 8th grade, you are either going to get bullied or be a bully. I don't know what I'm talking about, and that is definitely not going to happen, and you should go to school, kids, because school is good. No, but in most schools, it's going to be a problem, and the only defense I know to not get bullied to begin with is not be the skinny, short, weird white kid. I'm kind of bad at that one. Now, being bullied, as I'm sure we all know, sucks. It just really sucks. You tell your parents, you tell your teachers, which I would recommend doing to begin with, but a lot of the time, nothing changes. You probably live in a functional area with a functional school, but in my school, I've never seen parents or teachers successfully stop bullying, ever. But once again, tell your teachers, tell your parents, tell your friends, make sure you have a buddy who stops you from getting beat up in that locker room, and things will change. Whether they change fast or not is entirely up to how functional your school system is and how nasty the person you're dealing with is. Most of the time in 3rd or 4th grade, it's just someone trying to act cool by picking on a littler kid, which doesn't make much sense to me, but then again, I was never the one dealing the punches. So, what can you do? Well, the first thing I would actually try, and this is surprising, is being nice to the person. Why? Because most people who like to beat up other kids into pulp for fun have really, really screwed up lives, because no one who thinks rationally wants to beat up other kids for fun. I found that even if you completely hate someone, saying hi when you pass them goes a ridiculously long way, and it doesn't take that much effort. I've seriously seen this stop cases of bullying before, but if that fails, if you've talked to your teachers and your parents and nothing is happening, you're going to need to learn to defend yourself. I'm not talking about getting in fights with anyone. The only reason you should be defending yourself is if you're legit getting beat up in the locker room every gym class. But you probably don't have a dysfunctional school, so that probably isn't happening. If, for any reason, you are in that corner getting beat up, there are a few things you can do, and in the lower grades, this will not work in an actual fight, that will allow you to get out of there and maybe even win the fight. The thing is, a fight in the lower grades is almost completely psychological. No one's throwing any punches that can hurt anyone, so if you act like you're invincible, you are actually invincible. I have won fights this way in elementary school, probably the only fights I've ever been in, and all you have to do when someone's going after you is stand up completely straight, maybe flex a bit if you have any muscles whatsoever, and just start slowly walking toward them. You don't even need to throw punches, though it can help a little bit, especially if they're throwing punches at you, and you just walk forward at them, and all of a sudden their instincts are kicking in, and they start backing up. All you have to do is be intimidating, because in these little grades, unless you're getting beat up by someone big, there is no damage. You're going to get punched a few times, it's going to sting, but you are going to get them away from you. Because if someone's punching you, and you're not moving, and you're just slowly inching toward them without flinching, they're going to start screaming hacker. But once again, do not use this unless you are getting beat up. This is self-defense, and it will not work in a real fight with someone who actually knows how to fight. This is how to cope with those assholes in the 3rd grade locker room. I'm definitely not traumatized from middle school. So, you've taken my bad sarcastic advice, and now you're through middle school. You're taking my study tips, your grades are flying through the roof and back down to earth, and now it's time for some high school subjects. Dating and existential crises. They usually go hand in hand. For those of you who are in your phase where you see everything as meaningless and insignificant, remember that everything is not meaningless and insignificant. Think about it this way. You live on a tiny spinning ball of rock with 8 billion other people, and that tiny spinning ball of rock is in an infinite sky orbiting a sun. And that sun is orbiting around the center of a galaxy filled with millions and billions and trillions of suns, and there are millions and trillions and billions of galaxies just like our own, and in all of that space, you are completely unique. There is nothing else in the universe like you. There is nothing else in the universe that will ever be like you. Then again, I suppose all grains of sand are different shapes. And now it's time for dating tips. From a person who has absolutely no love life. Don't take rejection personally. Try not to cry afterwards. Try not to punch the she chose instead of you in the face. Try not to have an existential crisis. Try not to feel bad about yourself. Try not to die from overdosing on teenage angst. But in all honesty, just be yourself. There are going to be people you like that don't like you, and it's going to suck, and you're going to feel bad and crushed and horrible, but that's part of life. And you have to move on because someone out there will accept you. Now, chances are the person you date in high school isn't going to be the person you marry or even the person you date for the next few years. But that doesn't make it insignificant. Everything has to end sometime. Eventually, we'll all die, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun now. That doesn't mean our lives can't be awesome. I'm not sure if that was dating advice or existential crisis help, but hey, it helped me out a little, and hopefully it helped you out a little bit too. So if you did like this video, if you did like seeing my face, please leave a like down there. And if you want to see anything else, you want to tell me something, you have any opinions on this or any questions, please leave them down in the comments. And of course, if you hated this video, if you think I look ugly and my ears are too big and I am talking complete crap, then feel free to dislike this video and write some sort of an angry comment about how much I suck. I'll be looking forward to that. In other news, I think I figured out why my condenser mic has been having white noise problems. It turns out even if I mute it, it creates white noise, and that's because I have an integrated sound card. Not very good, but hey, what I'm going to do is get some sort of an external mixer. I think that will make me sound a whole lot better in the future, as well as have a little bit less recording lag, and of course, less white noise, because I think the issue is coming from phantom powering. But if you know anything about that, please tell me down in the comments. And until the next time, guys, this has been Richie, and I'm out. I'll see ya.